your vision to give hope to the youth. Now, I was born and brought up as an Anglican. My junior brother, Venerable Dr. Kayode Adesina, is an archdeacon of the Anglican Church. So I have Anglicanism in my blood. I was delighted when I received the invitation to speak to the youth at this conference. The youth are not the future. The youth are the present. Every family, every nation, business, and society grows not based on its older generation, but grows on their younger generation. The reason is simple. You have a father and a mother, but they produce several children. So, by sheer logic, the number of young people will always be more in any society. Just think of Africa. Africa has the largest youth population in the world, as 70% of the population is under the age of 35 years. The population of the youth is expected to rise to 850 million by 2050. Nigeria is not much different. Today, with a population of 206 million people, 70% of which are under the age of 30 years, what Nigeria does with its youth will determine the future of Nigeria. The greater wealth of Nigeria, and of course the rest of Africa, will come from the youth. Now, I know there are several misconceptions about the youth. I don't understand why, because I was once a youth myself. The youth are not the problem of Nigeria. The youth are the assets of Nigeria. We must not relegate the youth to the background. We must put the youth in the fore. Now, even the Bible says so. It says, I write to you, young men, because you are strong. That basically means young men and young women are strong. They are strong because they are well educated. They are strong because they are driven. They are strong because they have a vision. They are strong because they cannot wait to achieve their dreams. It is time to create youth-based wealth in Africa. The past must yield to the present, the old to the new. The dominant phrase should not be, the young shall grow. It must be, the young have arrived. Not only must there be a generational shift, there must be a wealth shift by unlocking the potential of the youth. We must not see the youth as risks. We must see the youth as assets. Now, the young shoots are springing up in Nigeria. Today, Lagos has its own Silicon Valley. Yabakon Valley has emerged as one of the leading tech hubs in Africa, with between 400 and 700 active startups worth over $2 billion, second only to Cape Town. Andela, a global technology startup based in Yabakon Valley, recently attracted $24 million in funding from Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. The $200 million investment by Stripe, a Silicon Valley firm, in local payments company called Paystack, and the $400 million in 3 different fintech companies in just 1 week in 2019 signals the huge potentials of Lagos and Nigeria to attract global digital commerce and financial services. The African Development Bank is implementing a program to support Africa's youth in computer coding for employment. Launched in 2018, the bank's Youth in Africa Coding for Employment program has already equipped over 80,000 young people with ICT skills to enhance their employability in this digital era. Dear friends, as a nation, Nigeria must do all possible to reinvent itself by focusing on the youth. Yet, Nigeria's youth face several challenges, including unemployment, limited technical and vocational skills, limited inclusion in the social and political space, and lack financing for their ventures and businesses. Nigeria must embark on bolder measures to grow its youth into a well-trained, globally competitive workforce. Now, the youth do not need empowerment. Let's take a look around you. Often those that say they are empowering the youth are actually simply empowering themselves. The youth do not need handouts. The youth need investment. That's why the African Development Bank is developing now the establishment of what we call youth entrepreneurship investment banks. They will be financial institutions for young people, run by first-rate young bankers and financial experts to drive youth wealth creation in Africa. The African Development Bank has launched what we call Boost Africa with $180 million to leverage $600 million to support youth entrepreneurs in Africa. To date, $220 million have been leveraged from investors for the benefit of young and dynamic youth entrepreneurs across Africa. The African Development Bank provided and disbursed $5 million grant to the Tolu Elumelu Foundation to support investments in 1,000 young entrepreneurs. And Tony Elumelu will be speaking to you also at this conference. To further boost the investment of the African Development Bank in the youth, the bank established a $40 million Youth Entrepreneurship and Innovation Trust Fund by several donors. Huge opportunities exist for the youth in skills for the jobs of the future, especially for the knowledge economy driven by the fourth industrial revolution. The African Development Bank's Coding for Employment program is currently working with Microsoft to support Nigerian government to launch a national digital skills training program called Digital Nigeria, with the goal of training 5 million youth in Nigeria in digital literacy. This, of course, will enhance opportunities for the youth in the job market or to become entrepreneurs, and why not set up their own thriving businesses. Huge opportunities exist for the youth in agriculture. You might wonder, why? Well, consider this. The size of the food and agribusiness market for Africa will be worth a whopping $1 trillion by 2030. So, my friends, the millionaires and billionaires of Africa will no longer come from the oil and gas business. They will come from agriculture. Think of it. Nobody drinks oil. Nobody smokes gas, but everybody eats food. And that is why a young Nigerian medical doctor, Dr. Tope Aroge, has put his medicine aside and set up a 300 hectares farm and a factory to process cassava and industrial starch with 6,000 metric tons capacity. From a medical doctor to a farmer to wealth. The African Development Bank is promoting the businesses of the youth, like Tope Aroge, to major investors to help them to secure financing to grow and to thrive. At the African Investment Forum in 2019, supported by the bank, we actually helped 16 business ventures of young people to seek $72 million in investment. I believe strongly in investing in our young women. No bird flies with one wing, and no nation can thrive unless it empowers its women. To boost investment in women, the African Development Bank has launched what we call Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa, or AFAWA, to leverage $5 billion in financing for women businesses. Now, women manage businesses and their money better than men. You will see a rich man, after having made it, marrying several wives. But you'll never see a rich woman, having made it, marrying several husbands. Dear friends, Nigeria must ensure that poverty does not become the heritage of its youth. Proverbs 13, verse 22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance for his children." But today, Nigeria's youth are largely poor, unemployed, underemployed, and frankly, unhappy. Majority of them are in the informal sector, which accounts for 93% of all employment. The high level of youth unemployment is at the core of the massive wave of insecurity being witnessed in Nigeria. Nigeria's youth, for the most part, have simply lost hope. Yet, in the midst of all of this, huge opportunities exist for the youth in Nigeria. But it would take determination and an unflinching resolve to succeed. Success will never be handed to you on a platter of gold. You must not be afraid to launch out. That is exactly what Joshua did in the Bible. Moses, his boss, had died. Confused and unsure of himself, he was adrift. God had to tell him to be of good courage, to launch out and to lead. Today, I want you to forget all about the challenges you face, but rise and launch out. Start some business. To be sure, you may not succeed the first time, but let the Joshua spirit rise in you, the determination to cross River Jordan, the determination to watch God bring down the Jericho walls that limit your success in life. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who developed the light bulb. He was asked why he failed 1,000 times when trying to develop the light bulb. But he had a different view. He simply said, "No, I did not fail 1,000 times. The development of the light bulb required 1,000 steps." What a perspective. Albert Einstein said, "Anyone that has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." So, never be afraid of failing. That is exactly why God told Joshua, be strong and be very courageous. Yes, there are challenges out there, but you must be the young generation that will arise and thrive in the midst of challenges. A generation that has the drive, the creativity, and determination to succeed. Now, a book was written about me with a title called Against All Odds. I believe in succeeding against all odds. There are no odds bigger than God. Now, arise like Joshua. As God told Joshua, wherever the sole of your feet shall touch, I have given to you. Start a business, start a venture, trust God, hold nothing back, and watch God make you succeed like Joshua. Arise and shine, for your light has come. God bless.